Alright, and we're back with part 2. This video is going to be about how to apply and find PBR textures for your Roblox slot car. The previous video was about importing a slot car, and we used this F40 right here from Assetto Corsa to do that. To get started, you're going to want to head over to Google, and you can just start by searching PBR textures. If you're curious what PBR textures are, they are just realistic looking materials, just textures essentially, that just look realistic. There's a bunch of sites where you can get them from. If you're looking for a specific texture, I would use images. So, like leather PBR. You go to images, you find one that you like. If you're looking for a specific look for a specific car, it needs to have a certain amount of shininess, whatever. You can adjust it manually, but if you're new to this and you don't really understand the concept of how surface appearances work, just getting a normal PBR is easy to do. We can get more detailed into it later on, but today I'm just going to show you how to actually get a PBR material into Roblox in the first place. And so we'll start by just picking one out we'll just do ambient CG for now. But PBR textures, you can just scroll through a bunch of sites and pick what you like. So once you find your texture, we're just going to download it on 2K because Roblox is only limited to 2K because obviously 4K is your Roblox can't do that. You have a limit of 20 megabytes per image, so you really can't go above 2K. So start by downloading that. Alright, and once it's finished downloading, we're going to go to Files, Downloads, right click, extract the file. Okay. Alright, and now we've got our textures in here. So it looks like our normal map is slightly over the limit. So we're going to have to lower that in Photopea. Alright, we're going to start uploading these into Roblox. But we got to upload the normal map into Photopea to lower it. So let's get that in here. Just re-export it. Make sure that it's under the limit. Alright, and now we can start uploading the textures into Roblox. So we'll head back in here. And what you guys are going to want to do is you're going to go to this place when you scroll down. If your workspace is empty, obviously you won't have to scroll down, but you're going to head over to Material Service right here. You're going to click on this button and go to Material Variant. And you can name it whatever texture you want it to be. I'm going to name this one the cloth texture. And I'm going to start by uploading the color map. Alright, the color map's uploaded. Let's do the normal map, which is in downloads. Just the normal map. Roughness map. Go back to the file. Roughness is right here. And metalness is, I believe, just displacement. I have the textures to paint the car, which will be in the description of the video for you guys to use. And you can just find these in basically any server that has textures for you to use. So let's put in cloth. We're definitely going to need to lower the studs per tile on this because it is not that close up. So let's try 1, maybe 0.5. 0.5 looks a lot better, but I think we're going to need to go a little bit lower than that. Let's try 0.4. That looks a little bit better. And also you have this option to change the material pattern from regular, where you can kind of see these lines I'll outline with my mouse, like 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. And you can change that by just adjusting it to organic. And it kind of spreads it out just a little bit. It just separates how the texture sits on your material, or your mesh, I mean. And regular is just regular. I think it looks better in organic, so I'm going to stick with organic. Now let's see an F40's interior and see what kind of color the dash looks like. Because again, I told you guys it's like a mouse hair type of cloth material. Obviously, I don't have the exact material. You got to spend time to do that. I'm just showing you guys a quick representation of how to get PBR textures into Roblox. But yes, if you're trying to get a more accurate texture, you spend time to try and find that, or you just make your own, because it's possible to make your own, and I'll show you guys that eventually, but you would have to get used to the PBR process and start messing around with surface appearances to get the kind of look you want, whether you want something to be more of a matte finish or look a little bit more fuzzy. So we can see in some of these pictures, it looks like it has a blue hint in it, but it's still gray in some light. So we will add just a little bit of color into this to try to get it as close as we can to the real life car. So we'll add a hint of blue and drop it down to, let's say, 100. Now I would say that looks alright. I think it looks pretty close to what it does here. Maybe we'll add a little bit more blue. Don't want it to be too blue though. Alright, I like the way that looks. That looks somewhat realistic. Alright, now I would say since we finished the dash, we'll get back to this though, because I'm going to show you guys how to adjust your normal map if you need to increase or decrease it, and I'll give you guys the sites to do that. Since we've finished the dash texture, basically almost all the cloth, we're going to do the seats now. And if you've ever seen F40 seats, they're almost like a mesh. I don't really know how to describe it. It's a fabric mesh type of seat if you've ever been in one. But we can get some pictures of the F40 seats. Right here is a good representation of probably what we're going to want to go for. So, and it was a fabric. So we can go back to here and we can search fabric, because I believe I remember seeing a fabric that I would actually have used for these seats. Yeah, it's definitely this one. So we'll download this map, 2K PNG. Alright, I'm going to wait for it to download right here. Alright, the fabric's now downloaded, so we'll head back into downloads and we will extract the file. Alright, we got the fabric texture right here, so we're going to head back into Roblox and let's get a fabric texture for the seats. So load up material variant, or you can rename it fabric or whatever you like, and we'll start filling these out. Alright, so you can see that the normal maps are a little bit over the Roblox limit, so let's get this into Photopea and just quickly downsize it, and we can just save that. Alright, looks like we've got everything loaded in, so we'll move the seats over and let's put in the fabric texture. Make sure to remove the original surface map. And it looks questionable. Alright, now it looks like I fixed it. I accidentally had the cloth color map on the fabric. I kind of mixed it up, the files, I guess. So right now the studs per tile are way too big for the seat. If we go back to the images, you can see they're extremely dense and small pieces of fabric. It's kind of hard to see. I hope you guys can understand what I'm seeing at least. So I guess it's a little bit of a good depiction. You can kind of see it right there in that area. So we'll head back in here and we're going to lower the studs per tile probably past 1 because that's still way too much. So let's try out 0.1. It looks alright. I would say we need to raise it just a little bit. 0.2, probably 0.15, 0.7 should do it. That looks somewhat right. Yeah, it looks pretty accurate. Alright. And the seats are red, and we can easily just get that by doing a color swab from Photopea. It depends on how accurate you really want to be, but the way that I would do it is I would just take an image like this, put it into Photopea, get the color picker right here, and get out a pretty accurate color for the seat, and adjust it in Roblox depending on how it looks like in the image. So right here, F22A2F. So we'll go here. Yep, F22A2F. Looks a little bit bright compared to the images that we've seen and especially in this image. So we're going to lower it just a bit because we want to get it pretty accurate to how it looks in real life. Let's try 175. I think that is pretty accurate to the color in the picture. Maybe just a little bit darker, so we'll do 170. Yeah, it should be fine. But quickly, I'm just going to show you guys how to actually clear coat a car. I'm going to give these materials to you guys in the description, so don't worry, they'll be there for you to use. I want to make this super simple for you guys to understand. So to actually clear coat your car and make it look really nice, you're going to go here and just quickly delete that. Now down there in the material service are the speckle and clear coat materials. And so you'll put on speckle first, and it'll look like this. And once you get to this point, you're just going to right click on the hood and hit duplicate. Then you're going to go down to material variant and change it to clear coat. And then you're going to set the transparency to 5 or 6 depending on how you like it to look. So if you go down to 0.25, it looks like it's super clear. But we're going to do, for the sake of this tutorial, 0.6. I also should probably change the skybox in here because this is just the base Roblox skybox, which is pretty trash. Alright, now I'll just do that for the rest of the car. Alright, and now everything is speckled and clear coated and it looks pretty good. Remember, if you really want to, you can adjust the size of the speckle here and you can just do 0.2 to whatever. I really would not recommend going up that high in terms of the studs per tile for speckles. It just won't look good, and you guys want to make a good looking car. Other than that, that's basically it. I was just showing you guys how to import PBR textures to Roblox. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to chassis your car. Obviously, I'm going to work on the F40 just a little bit so it's a little bit more presentable. I hope you guys catch up on your car for the next video. That way you're ready for the chassis video.